Okay, good morning, everyone. So let's get started. Hope everyone is doing well today. So, um, yeah, it's we're into week two or maybe week 1.5, and so it's our usual daily stand-up. A couple of announcements from my side. So first, we're recording this, as everyone knows, but just to kind of underline that. So we're still working on scheduling, streamlining the scheduling and the messaging. I recognize that we haven't done a great job there yet. I think this week with two cohorts in parallel threw us off a little bit. We had said we want to get this sorted out for week two. We will get this sorted out by next week. Our goal is that we reduce the chatter on Slack. We have a single place where we see what the schedule is, what's due, how do you submit, where do you click. It's not rocket science. We should be able to get there. We haven't gotten there yet, but especially in an online environment, it's important for us to be able to do that. So we will get there. We're targeting that by, I had hoped by today, but definitely by Monday, that we have all of the users all of the schedule is very clearly outlined. So what are we doing? When is it due? And how do you click through? All of that is made very clear. And so I think we're going to be using the website for that. It's probably a better format than using Slack. I think Slack is good. All of you have seen that we've now have the broadcast channel, which helps. So that's where important messages will be posted. You probably, if people want to make responses, they can thread a response, but that will be one place that we can put out simple information. So that's the broadcast channel. CVs, so many of you have submitted your CVs, and I think that Diapri has been going back and forth with many of you on your CVs. So I will also be looking at the CVs and we'll be providing you with feedback next week. CVs are, of course, important. It's part of the training that we want to provide, and CVs are important for the applications to jobs. And so we're starting up that process as well. We already have one employer. We have a set of other employers that we're in discussions with, but our goal is to have a set of employers that are looking to hire from 10 Academy. And so the CVs are an important part of that. So leaderboard results for the cohort A, so the non-Ethiopian group, will be out by the end of day today. I wanted to make a point or make a statement around lateness. So many, more than half, I think 62% of submissions for the assignment that I looked at were submitted late. So going forward, we're going to have clear rules around what happens with late submissions, recognizing that in the world of work, or in the world of if you have a job, submitting late once in a while is fine, but you'll very quickly lose your reputation if you continue to submit things late. So for this time, what we're going to do for those 30 odd people, who's 30% who submitted on time, so they're going to get a 20% bonus for their submissions. No one else will lose points for lateness this round, and we're going to make for the week 2 challenge, there'll be a clear statement on what happens with late submissions, because it is time limited, and so we want to make sure that people have enough, that people do submit on time. Another change that we plan to make for next week is to move the submission deadline to Saturday, so that people have Sundays free. Recognizing that it is pretty intense looking at the week 2 challenge. I'm actually really excited. The week 2 challenge looks great. I think there'll be a lot of learning, a lot of work. We're aiming to make it always a step more clear, always a step more structured, so that it maps to the real world. What needs to be done is clearer and clearer, that there's more support. So that's what we're looking for. That'll be published at the latest by this Sunday. One interim submission and then one weekly challenge, probably due next Saturday, but that will be communicated. So just to summarize that, for this week 1, there will be no penalty for lateness, but there will be a 20% bonus for those people who submitted on time. And the cohort A, the non-Ethiopian group leaderboard, will come out today. Cohort B, there will be a leaderboard that'll be announced also by the end of day today. Many of you have seen that there is we don't have as many Ethiopians in the group as we had expected. Internet has apparently not been restored for all of Ethiopia yet, but we're working on that. Let me have a look here. What else? People are sending messages on Slack, which is, I was just having a look. Yeah, so that's a preview of the week 2 challenge. that's all I have in terms of announcements, so we can go straight into the stand-up. If there are any questions, please don't hesitate to ask on Slack. You can use the July 2020 training. I'm just going to check the name of the channel very quickly. The July 2020 course channel. So if you have any questions, you can ask there. And so let's go straight into the stand-up. So I don't see any questions on the Slack channel. If there are any, then I'll answer them either during or afterwards. Sebastian, Mustafa, anything you want to add?
From my side, I think it's okay as long as you have mentioned like the fact that some people submitted late and there will be some bonus for those who will be submit on time. So it's okay. So
Okay, Sebastian, anything from your side?
Yeah, I think for me, I would like to commend this initiative to run a private session for themselves, to go through the challenges, the challenge that was given to them this week. I want to commend them on that. And we definitely encourage supporting each other and try as much as possible. And we encourage that everybody should take advantage of that. Yeah, I think that's what I'll add to that.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, I think that's great to see. I was off for the last couple of days, and so I missed that, but that's great to see. Yeah, I think more of that is better. I think that one thing just to underline, we'll keep emphasizing this throughout, some of the people that you meet on this course will not only be supporters, but could be people who will be your colleagues, your peers, and this is a professional network that you're starting to build. So I would encourage as many of you as possible to build networks within the group here, because in future, if you have an idea for some sort of startup or a project, or if you want to hire somebody at the organization that you're working at, the people that you meet here is a good chance to get to know people. Yeah, so who wants to go first? Any volunteers? If you want to speak in the stand-up, for me, I'm happy if people want to volunteer. So just write your name in the chat window, and then we'll just take people on a volunteer basis. Yababel will be joining. He's going to join afterwards, and he's going to be running the tutorial starting at 9 a.m. GMT at 11 o'clock Rwanda. So we have 23 minutes if anyone wants to go ahead and just chat about how things are going. I know it's a bit of a funny week because we're in between. So if anyone wants to go ahead and speak, put your name in the chat window. Yeah. Wamuyu. Okay, Wamuyu, please go ahead.
Okay, so hi guys. I hope you can hear me. So this week has been a crazy week. I'm grateful that it's more of a slow week. I've been dealing with a COVID fatality, so there's been that. But then the tutorials are nicely paced. They're slow, nicely. I've been able to reach out to my Ethiopian trainees, so that's also really nice. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next submission. And then I also had problems with joining the classroom, so the week started off really rough, but then it's smoothing out as we progress. So looking forward to week 2. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Anyone else want to contribute? Should we call it names, or should we just rather get back to work and then come back here for 11 o'clock for Yavabel's tutorial? Ayabila? Ayabila wanted to speak? Are you there, Ayabila? This is like the video chat bingo that somebody posted in one of the... Okay, so Ayabila's mic is not working. I don't know how to deal with that. Maybe we can try again afterwards. Does anyone else want to speak? So Ayabila, let's try it then tomorrow. Hopefully, no, it's fine. Hopefully your mic's working tomorrow. Anyone else? Otherwise, we'll wrap up and then be back here for 11 o'clock for Yavabel's tutorial. And just to cover what Yevabel is going to talk about, Yevabel is going to be talking about using the Google Sheet API and a discussion around the Twitter community. So that'll be happening at 11 o'clock. Yeah, so any late joiners who want to give us an update on what's happening for them, otherwise at 11 o'clock in this same channel will be Yevabel's tutorial. Okay, all right, thanks everyone. Have a good day.